Hey ladies, thanks for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mitzi and I'm a paper girlie. If you're a returner, welcome back.
Hey ladies, so today I want to talk about the magic of the mini. Have you ever seen a tiny version of a mundane object, like a miniature whisk or a shrunken box of cereal, and felt a sudden surge of joy? Guess what? You're not alone. The love for all things tiny is a universal phenomenon. But for many women like me, it's a lifelong passion that I rediscovered through the joy of building my first dollhouse a couple years ago. So the question is, why are we so obsessed? Well, one, the cuteness factor. It's literally in our DNA. Psychologists point to something called baby schema. Our brains are hardwired to find things with cute proportions. Big eyes, small bodies, we find them irresistible. This triggers a nurturing instinct and releases dopamine, making us feel happy and calm. Number two, a world under control. In a world that often feels fast, loud, and out of our hands, the miniature world is one we can completely manage. We get to be the architect, the decorator, and the ruler of this tiny domain. Experts suggest that managing small things on a small scale can actually reduce stress and feelings of chaos. Number three, nostalgia and the inner child. For many, like me, miniatures are a direct line back to my childhood. They remind me of the days where I could just spend hours lost in imagination, building dollhouse lives or creating Happy Meal for pen pals. It's a way to reclaim that sense of wonder and play. And number four, the art of the impossible. There's a pure awe at the craftsmanship. Seeing something so realistic, like a tiny cake with individual slivered almonds shrunken down to a fraction of its size, is a marvel of human patience and detail. Whether it's a perfectly shrunken dollhouse kitchen or a tiny book that fits on my fingertip, our fascination with miniatures is actually backed by science. Today we're exploring the why behind the awe. From the psychological dopamine hit we get seeing something cute, to the deep sense of mastery and control it provides in a big, chaotic world. So maybe for you it's about comfort, creativity, or just the pure fun of it. For me, miniatures remind me that even the smallest things can hold the biggest significance, and of course, a lot of joy. Today, because Desley asked for it, I thought I'd share some of my miniature treasures I've collected over the years that live in the letterpress box in the background of many of my videos. So this is my letterpress box, and actually I got it from Natalie. Natalie's parents owned the local newspaper printer when she was growing up, and so she gifted me this letterpress box. And this is just all the stuff that I've collected over the years. Little food, the little Hershey's, the little barbecue sauce, the Evian water. I got those from those mini-verse collections. These are stamps that I put onto letter blocks from the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. And then it's just little tiny stuff that brings me joy. I mean, look at that teeny tiny Noxzema. That teeny tiny Noxzema, the Q-tips, the Colgate, the toothbrush, the toilet paper. I mean, who can resist Mr. Bubbles? Remember Mr. Bubbles? These little magazines I actually made. I printed them out and then I just folded them up and glued them and made those little magazines. These are little things that I had in my dollhouse because right now my dollhouse is under reconstruction. Reconstruction with my nieces. It's a big project that we're doing. We've been going on a year now redoing that for them. Up here I have shopping bags. You know me, I love shopping. And these are shopping bags and boxes that, again, I printed out from my computer and made. And they're really cute. They're Kate Spade, and I love Kate Spade. And then I have the dishes. I have so many dishes, all from my various different dollhouses over the years. And over here, this is some fountain pen ink that I went down the fountain pen ink road and I thought I was going to make fountain pen ink. And I put these little labels that I got off of the Coffee Monsters Co. It was a digital release. And so I just have them in here for storage. And then, of course, there we go. We have Carly. We have a little porcelain Carly that I found. And yeah, she'll sit up here forever. And then, just some miscellaneous things. These are all things that I either got at my local miniature store, at a miniature convention, or possibly even, the Goodwill. This one is a fun one. This is a miniature of the excuse me, lunchbox that I had when I was in kindergarten, the Holly Hoppy lunchbox. So of course I had to pick that up. Then I have random things like Pampers and bottles and baby toys, and they're for my dollhouse. No real reason that I have them except for getting them for my dollhouse. And then over here, of course, I have Halloween Halloween decorations for my dollhouse. I also have Christmas ones, but they're not up here. Well, not many of them are up here. That little Tic Tacs box, I got that from Natalie, and it just lives here. She gave me two, and full transparency, I ate the Tic Tacs out of the other one. And then, of course, Breyer's ice cream. I think I did this in an opening. I'm really highly into the little mini-verse balls that you can get at your local store these days. And here again, Victoria's Secrets. I made those, printed them out, made those tiny little plants, and of course, I'm going to have Hello Kitty. Lots and lots of Hello Kitty because I love Hello Kitty. So then we move up, and as we move up, we have more Miniverse. I just love tiny food. Oh gosh, girls, I love tiny food. And these Eggo waffles, they remind me of Mr. Paper because he eats Eggo waffles every single morning for breakfast before he heads out the door. And then another thing that I'm really, really into is the Campbell's soup, the vintage Campbell's soup. And actually, I just got rid of a bunch of stuff because, well, I didn't need to hold on to it. Over here, of course, more little tiny food, more little tiny food, more little tiny books, that cornmeal, the Bounty paper, all fun stuff, the little 7-Up cans, and then that little fun stamp with the fountain pen on there. Yeah, oh, there are some Christmas decorations. And then I have things like, well, we all know that I like a little, pop of fizz every once in a while. So whether it's wine bottles or beer bottles, that is really fun up there. I have the little noodles, the ramen noodles. Yeah, and then we're coming up on some of, well, for stationery, Mitzi, some of my favorite stuff. These are some little stampers that I got from Hobonichi where you can stamp out different, whether the weather is that day. And then Beauty is in God's Handwriting. Ralph Waldo Emerson, he's one of my favorite poets, favorite writers. And then, okay, we're back to Hello Kitty. And whoo, my favorite thing, Diet Coke and cheese. You know me, I love my Diet Coke, and I just about died when I found this little 6-pack of Diet Coke because the bottles, the 6-pack bottles, those are my jam. Those are my favorite Diet Cokes. Okay, and then we come up here, we have my little Hobonichi guy from this year that I got with my Hobonichi. I have my little pin that I got from Molly, my little Starbucks lady. And then more food. And oh gosh, look at this charcuterie board. I got this, let's see, not this year, but last year at the miniature convention. And it is so detailed. It is so cute. It is gorgeous. And then I have other things, the kombucha, the Breyers, the lollipop. Oh, and here, oh, girls, you will not believe how much money I spent trying to get this little ramen Hello Kitty noodle box. I love it. A lot of the mini verse, it's just, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And girls, oh, I threw some fits trying to get this ramen bowl. So there we go. Of course, we have more Hello Kitty because I'm a Hello Kitty lover. And these are ones where you actually take it and you make it. So yeah, I did it, and I glued it together with actually nail glue. Nail glue to make the little pieces like the spatula and the scraper stick onto the box. So this is my miniature collection. Not all of it, because I have a lot of it packed away, but this is what fits in here, and maybe down the road I'll switch it out and have more fun stuff and give you another little peek at that. Oh, this one was another one that I spent so much money trying to get this little bento box. Then I have things that I've collected, aren't necessarily miniatures, the Las Vegas keychain. The last time I was down in Vegas, me and Mr. Paper love going to Vegas. I have this little red bicycle, and goodness, I was going to send it to Natalie, but I didn't. I kept it for myself. More stamps, more Hello Kitty. Oh gosh, this stuff just brings me so much joy. Yeah, and it's about joy for me. Miniatures bring me so much joy. We have Panda Express. I eat Panda Express, gosh, twice a month probably. Jello pudding reminds me of the boys because I put those in my not my lunches, their lunches. I thought this was a really nice saying on the stamp, so I wanted to display that. Oh, goodness, yeah. This McDonald's, that's my favorite Diet Coke, is a McDonald's Diet Coke. I have my little clips from the Coffee Monsters Co. I have more of my Hello Kitty. Another one that I just love, these little macaroons. They were so cute, so fun to make. Oh gosh, one already fell off the plate. Oh well. Again, more little food, more Coca-Cola bottles, and then some more Hello Kitty. I mean, does it surprise you what I have in here? Oh, there's the Tic Tac box. I saved the box, but I actually ate the Tic Tacs out of it. And more stamps. Just anything and everything that I see out there that makes me feel joyful. Bacon makes me feel joyful. You know, it all makes me feel joyful. Up here, it's got some empty boxes. I store some of my fountain pen ink in here that I got. There's my little Jerry. He's cute. That was a fun Kinokuniya little adventure that I took. So that's what's in that letterpress box. So why do we love things that are mini? Well, because it starts with biology. When we see something small with baby-like proportions, our brain releases dopamine, making us feel happy and giving us a natural urge to protect and nurture that object. In a way, every tiny chair or tea set is tapping into that ancient caretaker instinct. And life can feel chaotic, but a miniature world is entirely manageable. For women like me, creating and collecting miniatures allows us the ability to organize a small space exactly how you want it when the big world feels out of reach. And for many, miniatures are a bridge to our childhood. There's a fascinating concept called miniature time. When we focus on a tiny world, our perception of time actually shifts, allowing us to enter into a private time that feels slower and more peaceful. From dollhouses to room boxes to miniatures sitting in a letterpress box like I have, miniatures are a form of artistic self-expression. They allow us to decorate a dream home or a fantasy library without the cost or space of the real thing. It's a way to be the architect of your own joy, one shingle at a time. So the next time you find yourself oohing and ahhing over a tiny plant or a miniature kitchen, remember, you're not just looking at a toy, you're engaging with a tradition of craftsmanship, a biological instinct, and a little piece of magic that fits right in the palm of your hand. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, from one paper girlie to another, bye.